Hello everybody and welcome to Discovery Reading. Today my name is Marie and today we're going to be talking about animals that fly. And I am sitting in our evolution exhibit because we are going to talk about this bird today. We're going to talk about this bird a little bit later today. So the first book that we are going to read is called Leo the Lightning Bug. And it is by Eric Drachman, illustrated by James Muscarello. Okay, so let's get started. And we were given permission by Puffin Books to read this. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Can you see it? Okay. Leo was a lightning bug. He was a little lightning bug. In fact, he was the littlest lightning bug of all the lightning bugs he knew. He was littler than Larry and Lester. He was even littler than Louise, who wasn't a very big lightning bug herself. Can I see? Leo, Leo, even my name is small, cried Leo. Oh no, Leo, not at all, explained his mother. The name Leo means lion. Inside, you're as big and brave as a lion. And as she said this, her lightning bug light lit up brightly. But I can't even make a light, like Larry or Lester or even Louise. You will, darling. With a little time and practice, you'll light up with a lovely yellow lightning bug light. Leo's mother kissed her little lion, turned on his nightlight, and closed his door, but not all the way, of course. I'm no lion, thought Leo, but I guess I'll keep trying. The very next night, when the sun went down, Leo found a cozy clearing where he could practice in private. The moonlight twinkled on the tops of the trees, and the sound of crickets filled the warm summer air. Leo took a deep breath in, let it out, and went to work. He started off with a little squeeze, no light. Then a push, no light. Then a big oomph, still no light. Maybe with a running start, Leo thought. And he flew all the way back to the edge of the clearing. Meanwhile, Larry, Lester, and Louise had discovered Leo's not so private practice place. They ducked behind a twig to watch and giggled at Leo's efforts. Oh, I'll show you the picture. Larry, Lester, and Louise, right there. Let's see. Leo had his head down and was flapping his wings as fast as he could. When he reached his absolute top speed, he folded his wings, lifted his feet, and slid on his rear end. He clinched all of his toes on all 6 of his feet, on all 6 of his legs. He squinched his face and all of his muscles, and he squeezed. But looking down, Leo found nothing, not even a glimmer. Okay. He did hear something though. Larry, Lester, and Louise were out in the open now, laughing loudly at Leo's light, or rather, at his lack of light. Like almost all people and bugs and fish and animals of every kind, Leo did not like to be laughed at. His knees felt weak, his face felt hot, and he just wanted to disappear. He flew and flew as fast as his wings could go until he finally found a very dark cave where he could hide. Okay. Perfect, thought Leo. A lightless lightning bug deserves to be in the dark. He sat there all alone and then cried some more. Right, here we go. Okay. When Leo was finished being sad, he got angry. I'll never make a light. Never make a light. Never make a light. He yelled, and it echoed inside the cave. Leo sat in silence, wondering what to do. Then all of a sudden, the cave echoed. With a little time, and practice. Practice, Leo remembered. That's what Mom said. I have to practice. I have to practice. He leapt up and flew out of the cave. Leo was so excited, he didn't even care about the storm now raging outside. As he got tossed by the wind and splashed by the rain, he kept squeezing and pushing and squinching until finally, crack! The entire sky lit up like daylight, and there was a crash, boom, ripping sound. Leo felt his whole body tremble with the noise. The crickets stopped chirping and hid beneath the grass. Leo, who had never before even made a little lightning bug light, thought he had made that bright light and crashing sound. It was a little scary, but he tried again, and it was fantastic. First, Leo's light lit up, his very own light, and then there was a bright flash in the sky and a big boom. Wow, Mom was right. Inside I am as big and brave as a lion. I could be king of the lightning bugs. And he danced a kind of lightning bugs dance. When the rain let up and the clouds cleared away, Leo stopped laughing and dancing and headed for home. Larry, Lester, and Louise were waiting for Leo just outside of his house. "We saw you in the woods," teased Louise, and the three of them burst out laughing. That's not very nice. Just then, the strangest thing happened to Leo, or actually, didn't happen. Leo did not feel angry, or embarrassed, or scared, or anything. He had a lion inside him. "Yeah," Leo giggled. "I guess I did look pretty funny." "Hey everybody, look at me! I'm Leo," yelled Lester, flapping his wings and running in circles. Suddenly, he tripped on one of his other feet and landed face first, right smack in front of Leo himself. When Lester looked up at Leo with a mouthful of dirt, Leo laughed so hard that his whole body shook. Louise and Larry were laughing too, and pretty soon, so was Lester. When they finally settled down, Leo said good night and opened the door to his house. Leo, coughed Lester. Leo, you want to come play tomorrow? I'd like that, he smiled, and his yellow light lit up the night. Hey, Leo, squealed Louise. Look, your light. Yeah, Leo smiled proudly. I know. And he went into the house. Later that night, when his mother came to tuck him in, Leo was glowing right through the covers. She smiled to herself and gave him a kiss. I am so proud of you, she whispered. And Leo said nothing, for he was already fast asleep. All right, that's the end of that book. It's called Leo the Lightning Bug, and it was about Leo trying to find trying to make light. Lightning bugs are, lightning bugs are also called fireflies, or sometimes called glowworms. And they're actually not flies at all, they're actually beetles. Fireflies are beetles, and a beetle is an insect. So, can anybody tell me the difference between an insect and an arachnid? I'll give you a little time to type it in to see if you can tell me what the difference is. Okay, I'll give you a few more seconds, and then I'll show you a few insects. Okay, so the difference between an insect, yes, thank you. Somebody typed, an insect has 6 legs, and a spider or arachnid has 8 legs. So yeah, that is one of the differences between insects and arachnids. A beetle is an insect, which is what a lightning bug is. But I'm going to show you the different body parts of an insect, and I'm going to show you a praying mantis just because I think it's easier to see the different body parts because they're so big. So here's a praying mantis. You can see the different parts. Insects have 3 different parts of their body. They have the head, their thorax, and then the abdomen. So there's the 3 different parts, 1, 2, 3. And they also have 6 legs, just like you said. So you can even count the legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, that's what an insect looks like. Let me show you some beetles. I think there's some beetles in here. Here's a bunch of different insects. I think there's some beetles in there. I'm not quite sure which ones they are, but beetles are also insects because they have 6 legs and 3 body parts. Here's just a bunch of different insects. And I have one more, I'll show it to you. Just a bunch of different insects. All right, and we are talking, before we move on, let me ask you, why was it so important for Leo to fly? We're talking about animals that fly today. So why was it so important that Leo was able to fly? Does anybody remember what happened in the book? There was one part. He flew and flew as fast as his wings could go until he found a very dark cave where he could hide. So one important reason for Leo to fly was so that he could hide. Somebody asked, how do they breathe inside of the boxes? Referring to these insects, how do the insects breathe inside the boxes? Well, they're actually not breathing because they're dead. We don't keep live insects here. Actually, we don't keep live insects, but we do have live spiders. But I don't have them today. But these insects don't breathe because they're dead. All right, so I think we'll move on. I have one more book to read, and this is a short one, and it is called Fledgling. And I want you guys to think, why is it important for this bird to fly? So this is called Fledgling by Robert J. Blake, and we are given permission to read this by Puffin Books. Okay, so let's get started. I am the one who must go first. I am afraid. I set my feet, I shake my wings, I jump off into the air. I only made it to a ledge, but I almost flew. I set my feet again, I shake my wings, I push off into the air. I can do it. I can fly. He's flying over the city. Suddenly, there is something behind me. Can you see what it is? Oh, it's right there. What do you think it is? It's a hawk, and it's after me. You can see, where's the hawk? Oh, there he is. The hawk is chasing that bird. The fledgling. I must find somewhere that it will not go. So he's trying to find somewhere. He flew through this roller coaster, trying to lose the hawk. Down here, where is he at? He flew through a bunch of people. In here, I think that's the subway. Not here. He's inside the subway with all the people. Maybe not a good place to hide. Out of here. So he got out of the subway. But now I am lost. Where is home? I hear my family call, Kiki. I answer, Kiki. I am home. The end. That was a pretty short one. So that was about, so this kind of bird is called an American Kestrel, and that's why I'm sitting in the evolution exhibit, because I have an American Kestrel right here. They're very pretty birds. They're a type of falcon. And you can see, I'll see if I can get, well, it's kind of hard to see, but they're very pretty brown color, and they have blue on their heads and on the tops of their wings. So you can kind of see it right here. He has blue on the top of his wing right there. American Kestrels are the smallest falcon that live in the United States, and they're also the most common falcon. So I asked a question at the beginning, why is it so important for this little fledgling to fly? A fledgling is a bird that is not an adult. So why was it so important for this fledgling to fly? So the main reason in this book is that it's trying to escape from a hawk. So it is very important that birds are able to fly so that they can escape from predators, and also so that they can find food or shelter, things like that. And the American Kestrel eats a bunch of different kinds of things. They will eat insects or mice, sometimes lizards, and they'll even eat smaller birds. So American Kestrels, because they eat lots of different things, they're able to live in a lot of different places. And they can be found all over the United States. And they also live in other parts of the world too, I believe. Yeah, they're even found here in Utah. If you look really close, you might be able to see an American Kestrel sitting on a tree, or maybe a telephone wire or something like that. But if you guys have any questions, oh, I have one more cool thing to show you, and then we'll be done for today. But feel free to ask any questions if you have any while I'm showing you this. So this is a bird wing. This is from a red-tailed hawk, and I just wanted to show you what a real wing looks like. It's pretty cool. It's about the size of my forearm. It's not super big, but Wings come in a bunch of different shapes and sizes, and even feathers are made differently. So I'll give you an example. There's the Peregrine Falcon. It's another type of falcon. They have very, very stiff feathers because they fly very, very fast. And in order for them to fly really fast, they have to have very stiff wings that don't move around a lot so that they can go through the air really fast. And then another example of a bird that has special feathers is a barn owl. So barn owls have special feathers on the ends of their wings that allow them to fly almost silently, almost completely silently. And that helps them so that they can sneak up on prey and catch food really easily. So it's really important for birds to be able to fly around. I hope you guys learned something new. Thank you so much for joining me. That is all I have for you guys today. And we hope to see you next week. Bye, everyone.